I feel like we've hit that point as individuals, as a couple, but also as individuals, where we're wanting more than just going with the flow of things.
Yeah.
I feel like for a while we've been stuck with this, like, okay, this is what we do. Monday through Friday is what we do, and then that's it. Weekends is for partying and having fun because we got to go back to work. I mean, I know it's not Monday through Friday for you, but, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Like, we're just thinking more of, like, how do we create generational wealth? How do we just help people in general? Not even just the money, just, like, helping people, like what we're doing with the podcast. Just more of everything, really. I just want to do more with my life. Hey, it's Tamesia.
And I'm Omar, and you're listening or watching Marriage No Chaser.
We're here to share with you our uncut version of marriage from our own experiences and what we're learning every day.
And to start off, like every episode, we're going to take a shot.
Why are we talking so fast?
I don't know.
Why is it always...
You got to get better at those.
It went down the wrong way completely. And it burns. I just threw that shit back. And it went the wrong way.
Okay. All right. So today's episode, we're going to talk about friends and more friends and friends.
Friendship while being married, friendship in general.
Friendship in general.
And how important it is to choose your friends wisely.
Yeah.
Just to start off, we'll kind of just talk about what it means to us to have friends and why we think it's important. Do you want to go first or want me to go?
Go ahead. Ladies first.
So, let's see. So I feel like I always say this, I'm an introvert. I don't really socialize much, or I don't really like to socialize much.
Mm-hmm.
So I am closed off, I guess. So for me, it took me a while to realize the value of having friends. More friends. Because I was very selective about my friends. I guess I have trust issues with choosing friends. So so I don't know. As I get older, I realize, yes, that is important. Like, it's important to be cautious about people and what you share with people and the energy you let into your life. But also, it's important to network and, still have fun. And you have fun with more than two friends. But you can always have fun with two friends, too. But basically, it's been more important for me recently to just have more friends to spend a lot of time with. I think I get that from you. I feel like you have a larger number of friends.
Yeah,
Not all, like...
They're not all, like, close friends. So it kind of is like, I kind of, like, split them up.
Right.
But the reason it is important to have friends for me is it's just to bring that extra joy, going out, having fun, traveling, all that stuff. I could do it with you, of course, but it would be, I think it would be fun, if not funner. I don't know if that's a word.
More fun.
Yeah, more fun. Let's go with that. It would be more fun to have, like, another couple to go on, like a trip with, or just just hang out with.
Right.
And like me having friends, like I have a lot of different friends, especially like being security forces. You kind of have to adapt because you're always working with different people.
I feel like that's just military, though.
Yeah.
The diversity in the military and how you meet all different types of people that you do have to get along with and adjust to.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that makes sense for me, too. I guess I'm trying to open up more to people. So, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
I mean, having a good group of friends to hang out with, like your core group, I feel like it's necessary. And then having larger groups of friends, just more friends in general, is good for networking for like, what we're doing now, or like in the future, like business type
Yeah.
networking. It's important just to have people that know more than you to learn from, people that you can teach, like people that you can just like bounce your ideas off of. It's good to have all kinds of perspectives. So
Okay.
there's that.
And
You have anything else to add?
let's see. No, not really.
Okay, well, so yeah, we talked about the importance, and then we were going to talk about like how they influence you, your life,
Yeah.
who you are in general.
Yeah. So, I think that goes more along the lines of like with your closer friends. You kind of like, you guys kind of act the same. Like you guys will eventually start like acting the same and have the same like mannerisms and things like that when you have closer people. So, I mean, I noticed it with you. Like me and you have like the same lingo and stuff now.
We literally live together.
Yeah, but I mean, you are close friends too. So, but even like with my closer friends, like we kind of all share the same interests, values,
Interest.
and
Interests.
Did I say that wrong?
You said interests.
Oh,
I don't know what you said. Interests.
Yes, that word, interests. But yeah, we all share the same thing. So like when we're around each other, we kind of all act the same. And if you guys know me, like I'm a very outgoing person. So like I like to be like the host of events and things of that nature. So
Which forces me to open up and be the co-host of events regularly. I don't know. I feel like you're an extrovert, so you feed off of socializing. Like it fuels you, and me, it drains me. So I have to find like a like medium. I'm sorry. This looks like you're drinking milk.
okay.
I just looked at the camera. Anyway, I don't know. I need to learn that socializing isn't bad for me, but I also need to learn when to take a break instead of just not socializing altogether. I need to figure out that I can socialize, but I also need to give myself time to
Re-energize yourself.
Yes. So, I mean.
And I think that's hard with the person that's an extrovert, because they always, like with me, like I always want to go do something or like have people around.
Yeah.
So I have to do better at that.
Yeah. Well, we've made it work.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you can also go other places without me.
But
and
I don't
socialize.
Like to.
Yeah, but you have to realize I have to take my time too.
Okay.
No?
Yeah, I fully understand what you're saying.
Okay, and then we were talking about how their friends influence you though. But yeah, for me, that's how socializing and friends, I need to balance the two, but you say the opposite. As far as what we were talking about with networking and business and all that, that people with more positive mindsets that are doing things with themselves, that'll rub off on you as well. So you want to kind of be friends with people that you know will help push you into the direction that you're trying to go in.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We currently don't have a, well, we're here. That's part of the problem. We don't have many friends locally that we can really go to and like,
Bounce business ideas and or just for motivation
or
for the
just
next.
sometimes hanging out with a group of friends. Like if you hang out with a group of friends and you leave like motivated and refreshed, then that's a solid group of friends. And we
Yeah.
don't really have that opportunity here, at least not right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have friends that you've made, not we've made, but you brought, that we hang out with, but we're not, it's more like just like a social
Yeah.
gathering type of thing, which is great too, because you also need to have fun and interact with other people. But
Mm-hmm.
as far as us moving forward, I feel like we need older friends too. We always have younger friends.
We either have younger friends or you have friends that aren't.
Well, we've always had the friends that aren't local, because I mean, we have friends that we've known for a while that don't
Yeah.
live in the same state, because we are military and we move.
Mm-hmm.
And when we made friends in Vegas too, we weren't on that level yet, but we weren't on that mindset yet either. I feel like
Mm-mm.
we were, but we weren't really pushing for it. I feel like if we were, we would have made more friends in that in that category we're talking about.
Yeah.
So I just feel like it's important that when you choose your friends, that for me, it's important just to have that feeling of like refreshing, feeling like you're doing something positive, and that, you know, you're pushed to like think outside the box and do more than what you're doing.
Yeah, so pretty much a group of friends that's going to push you to the next level and you push them, or they just open your mind and just like open your mind to different things that you can be doing. Like they see something in you that you should be doing.
Yes, and it should also be reciprocated, so we should be able to do the same for them.
Mm-hmm.
We should be the ones cheering them on, just like they would be cheering us on when we succeed, and telling us, you know, push harder if we don't succeed, or, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think we're starting to get that mindset of trying to find friends with the same mindset.
I feel like we've hit that point as individuals, as a couple, but also as individuals, where we're wanting more than just going with the flow of things.
Yeah.
I feel like for a while we've been stuck with this, like, okay, this is what we do. Monday through Friday is what we do, and then that's it. Weekends is for partying and having fun because we got to go back to work. I mean, I know it's not Monday through Friday for you, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Like, we're just thinking more of like, how do we create generational wealth? How do we just help people in general? Not even just the money, just like helping people, like what we're doing with the podcast. Just more of everything, really. I just want to do more with my life.
Yeah.
And before, it was kind of like I was just stagnant. We were stagnant.
I would say we just like, I feel like that was like the military too. Like just being in the military kind of made us stagnant and robotic.
Limiting what we can do because we think, oh, we're not going to be here long. Oh, we don't know when we're going to deploy. We don't know where we're going to be this time. So we kind of just forced ourselves into like a box.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we're realizing that there's more that we can do, even in the military, that we can't just limit ourselves, and like whatever happens, whatever we move or whatever changes, like we can still figure it out.
Yeah.
I feel like we've always thought about these things, we've just never acted on these things. So
Yeah.
And that wasn't really, well, I guess it kind of comes from, I don't know where it started it really. I feel like we just all of a sudden woke up.
I want to say it was us starting the podcast. I think that was like one of the.
But yeah, where did
biggest,
us thinking about stuff turn into like acting? I was gonna try to say it was like a friend related thing, but I feel like it kind of was just us.
I think just seeing like Lahali and Darian, I think that was like one of the things that kind of like pushed us. Like, you know what? Like, why haven't we done like business things? Like, we've always been interested in
We've
things.
always talked about stuff, but we've never acted on anything.
Yeah, and I think like
I think seeing them so young,
and doing it.
shout out y'all. But seeing them the last time, I guess the last time we did see them, seeing them so young, doing the things that, actually acting on some of the things that we've talked about.
Yeah, just doing what they really wanted to do and not giving a fuck about like the extra shit, like the partying and like yeah, they still may go out here and there, but they're more worried about the future run, like what they're going to be able to create.
Yeah, and
What
the
are you
fact that they're
confused about?
no, and the fact that they're in Anchorage. I mean,
Yeah,
it's easier to not go out. We were just young and in Vegas at the time,
yeah,
but I don't know. I feel like we just kind of woke up, and we already had made some other decisions that we might bring up later that also pushed us in that direction.
hmm
Um, yeah. So, as far as friendships go, I guess we can go into like, it's also very important how you choose your friends after being married. It's one thing to choose your friends as an individual, but it's also, you have to be cautious about how certain friends will affect your relationship or your marriage.
hmm
Um,
Go ahead. Okay, so pretty much, just having friends. It's just hard being married and also trying to like maintain friendships with single people. Because they just can't understand some of the things that are in a marriage, or yeah, they can't understand like
I
some
mean,
of the things in a marriage.
it's not impossible to have single friends while married. It's more about choosing
The right ones.
the right ones that know that, hey, your family and your marriage becomes before whatever else. Like, they can't be the one forcing you, hey, let's go out all the time, when they know you have other obligations.
hmm
And, also, I feel like they need to be able to get along with your spouse.
Yeah,
Because if they can't, then
it kind
that,
of defeats the whole purpose of.
like, you can't really have a friend that doesn't get along with your spouse. Like, you made a promise to your spouse, hopefully for life.
Yeah.
And you just have a friendship that, if you can't get with that, then you like literally can't be my friend.
hmm
But I mean, single friends aren't all bad. I mean, they also can lead you astray. Like, you see their life, and if you aren't happy where you are at the moment, it can
It can't affect your marriage.
make you think, okay, well, I can live single on with my single friend.
hmm
I mean, a good single friend would tell you to stop, but I mean, like, it doesn't help that if you're not in the position where you can have single friends and know that you can't do what they do, then you shouldn't have them.
Yeah.
But it's also, I guess, yeah, you can have single friends as a married person, but also know your limits.
Yeah.
Know what you can do.
I think it's hard to find like good quality friends when you're married. Well, at least from my perspective, it's just hard. Like it's the reason I say it's difficult is because you're trying to also like balance out. Like, you're trying to spend time with your friends that are single, and also spend time at home. And let's say the person that's single like doesn't understand like doesn't have the respect for the marriage as much as the person being married, I guess. And they're like, nah, bro, like, why don't you ever come out? You're always at home. You're always like, well, I mean, that's where my family's at. But I feel like just choosing quality friends when it comes to that is very difficult, especially being in the military, because there's a lot of young people that don't understand that.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, I feel like I already said some of that, so I don't have anything else to add to it.
Oh.
Yeah, but as far as past friendships, that's a big thing. Once you are in a serious relationship or married, I feel like there should be limits also on past friendships, depending on if your friend can be friends with your spouse. I mean, that also dips into friends of the opposite sex, which is a big thing, and usually come before the relationship or the marriage. So, I mean, as far as past friendships go, male, female, same sex as you or not, there needs to be respect again for your spouse and understanding in the same way. And if they can't, like, if they can't get with that, I feel like even if you weren't in that relationship, that I feel like your level of maturity in theirs is like not even the same anyway. So you like that friendship wasn't meant to last if you're growing at a faster rate. So I feel like if you have a friend that you had beforehand, they should, if anything, be happy for you and want things to work out for you. So if they're anything but that, they shouldn't be your friend regardless.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to elaborate on friends of the opposite sex or friends that...
So friends of the opposite sex, you can have them.
In your opinion. In our relationship, it's okay under certain boundaries.
Yeah. Yeah. You're allowed. I feel like you can have them. I think they're healthy, but where it
I wouldn't
starts.
say they're any more healthy than regular friends.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't know why you... I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
But well, the reason I said it's healthier is because, so you have a male friend, right? And let's say you guys are very close, and let's say me and you are going through things. Maybe he can break down what's going on from a male's perspective, versus if you were with one of your female friends. I feel like you'll get two different sides. You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying, but I disagree. Well, I feel like if you are in a serious relationship or you're married and you have a friend of the opposite sex, they should be limited to that type of, like, you shouldn't be going to them with your problems. I feel like that just opens up doors for them working their way in. Like, if you're having problems and you're discussing them with them, they could... What? You're looking at me funny. I just feel like it's not appropriate all the time. And to a certain extent, I feel like for me personally, if I did have a male friend, that I wouldn't confide in them in that type of stuff, because I just like to draw a line, and I don't, even though that's like blurring the line to me. I feel like that opens up doors of possibility that I don't want them to think that they have.
Okay.
That's been my mindset since we've been married. I feel like if I have any male friends, like usually my male friends would be just coworkers anyway. But I feel like I can't cross that line. I feel like that line should not be crossed, just because for me, it won't go anywhere for me. But for them, I don't know what their thought process is. So my thing is to not blur the line for them. I'm not even going past that with them.
Okay.
Unless we're going to touch on like couple friends, like other couples. I feel like in that instance, and we know them well, and that person is a friend of yours and understands, like, maybe you talk to them about it, I might do that. Like, hey, I don't know if you know we're going through this. Like, I'm trying to understand his side. What do you think, or what has he said? Or like, you don't even have to tell me what you said, but like, help me out here. Am I tripping?
Okay.
But as far as like a friend just at work or someone like that's not involved, like does not know you very well, I wouldn't. I feel like I would only go to your friends for that type of stuff if I trust them like that. But like, so some of your friends aren't that close to me, but if like one of your close friends is actually one of my good friends too, then yeah, that's who I would go to. I wouldn't go
to so
just any male friend, I guess.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Well then, I guess you won that one.
I wasn't trying to fight. I was just saying I get what you were trying to say.
Yeah, but it definitely makes sense. But I think that's all I have to say on the opposite sex. I think you kind of hit all the points now
Yeah, I mean, that's part.
Opposite
Well, we
sex.
didn't really discuss boundaries. I feel like that's one boundary that you should have with someone of opposite sex, in my opinion. I mean, if you feel like you know your friend pretty well and there's nothing that they would do to jeopardize your relationship, then I mean, go for it. It's your friendship. But me personally, at least friends I've made after my marriage, I know for sure, like I wouldn't talk to in that way. Even friends before, I feel like my male friends before though, I don't really talk to them as much anymore. Not because we got married, just kind of like people from back home. I haven't made any close male friends since I've been in the military. Like they've always just been cool coworkers type thing. And that's just been me. I just haven't really been cool with male friends like that. I guess, I don't know. I just haven't.
Yeah.
So I can't really speak on close friendships like that. My past friends, I'm sure we're still probably cool if I seen them again, I'll probably be like picking up like where we left off. But that's that's a different story in itself. But yeah, if we go into more like past friends, I know you have something to add to that.
Just like just having well, so like I'll just tell a story about the time where we had roommates, and everything was going good at first in the beginning, but like all good things, they come to an end. I think
Not
that's the
all
saying.
good things come to an end. It sounds
Anyway.
so negative.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be like super negative about it, but
Sometimes good things come to an end.
yeah. So everything was fine, and then it was just we weren't just seeing eye to eye with the roommates, and vice versa, and then petty things started happening. You got something to say? Go ahead, get it on your chest.
I was having issues to begin with. I can say that. I was having issues and I came to you, and the problem with that was you didn't really, like, I came to you as like, hey, this is your friend. Like, I felt your friends are my friends, but this is more your friend. You should talk to your friend because I feel this way. I need to figure out what the problem is. We need to talk it out. Like, and you kind of didn't do that. Or I don't know if you attempted to, or you just didn't want to cause conflict, so you kind of just brush it off as nothing.
Okay, first of all, don't try to make me sound like I'm like the fucking villain here.
I'm not saying you're a villain. I'm saying this is part of like how being married and choosing your friends, how it impacts things.
But you're making it seem like I was just like, hey, fuck my wife's feelings. This is my friend. That's exactly how you're making it sound.
It's talking about learning that when you're married and how to balance friends in marriage.
Okay.
I'm trying to say. Well, I'm saying I'm the one that had the issues. I don't think you had any issues to begin with.
But you're okay. Go ahead. But
So
I'm
I
saying
feel like,
you're saying this is how you're saying it. You're like, so I told you, and you were supposed to go talk to your friend. I'm not sure if you did, but you're supposed to go talk to him because I told you, and I feel like you didn't choose my side. That's pretty much how I took it.
I said you didn't want to cause conflict.
Yeah, I don't like conflict, but I mean, if I remember correctly, I think I talked to him, and then that's where everything, after that conversation, that's where everything started to get petty.
And weird.
And
So that's why I said I don't know if you did or not. I wasn't saying that you completely didn't, because I don't know. Because we didn't really discuss it at all.
And it was just, honestly, a lack of communication on both sides, in my opinion.
I agree.
So the pettiness starts, and then that's just like where it all like went downhill from there. They got super petty on both sides, and then they ended up moving out, and then we had another roommate.
Right.
and
It's not like we needed a roommate.
being helpful.
We were trying to help old friends out.
And
Both times. I feel like the first time we should have learned that that was a bad idea, but the second time we definitely learned.
yeah, some more. Like I said, it was good in the beginning, and it was just from both stories. For me, at least, it was one. It was a lack of maturity on my behalf. I can easily say that. A lack of maturity. It was a lack of respect, I want to say, for you, because I felt like I should have stood up more for you. And I think that was just, now looking back on everything, like, that was a big, like, thing I learned, like, from both of those situations. And then just, if we ever to have roommates again, is to make sure that we
wouldn't. But, you know, some
but
crazy.
make sure we have just that open dialogue of, like, yo, like, if I tell you something, it's not me taking a shot at you. It's not me trying to be disrespectful or petty, even if I may come off or sound that way.
Is that towards the roommates or is that towards each other?
That's towards the roommates.
Okay.
Like, whatever happens, like, I need to make sure that we are communicating, even though I may sound petty or disrespectful or rude or even just agitated. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It's just the way I just communicate things. And just having I think just having the open dialogue and communication, like, it would have helped both situations.
I feel like the second situation we did start off saying that.
I think we
But
did,
I
but then
think
we stopped.
in that situation, it wouldn't have mattered because in that situation, it was not the same issues as the first. It was more of serious issues that talking about wouldn't have, like, something that we wouldn't have thought of that would happen, basically. Like, that situation was different. So, I mean, I think we did better as far as communicating how we felt whenever something came up.
Yeah.
But as far as, like you said, like, you figuring out, like, how to handle the situation with me, that's where we learned the lesson. So we learned two different lessons. The first time we just learned we should have really just talked about it with them, and it probably wouldn't have ended the way it did. Second time, it was going to end bad because it was just not a good situation to begin with. And then we learned something about each other and how we should be treating friends versus how we treat each other. And learned something about communication between us a little bit.
Yeah.
But I also want to say that in the first situation, I think I was immature as far as me not expressing. Like, yeah, I went to you, but I could have expressed it myself. I just thought that maybe going through you would be better.
Yeah, but
I'm usually direct, and I wasn't.
But the thing is with that, like, I can convey your message to somebody else, but I can't. How do I say it? Like, I can't.
You can't say what I need to say what I needed to say.
Yeah, because I probably most likely paraphrase what you said.
It may have made it sound bad. Who knows?
Or maybe she made it sound.
Or you just said it
Didn't
got
sound
worse
like it was-
after.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it could have been. I could have said it like, and he could have been like, "Oh, that was nothing." Like,
Yeah, true. I mean, I guess I kind of wanted you to set it up. I didn't know if you were gonna tell him. I didn't know. I didn't really tell you what I wanted. I was just saying, this is an issue I'm having. Like, am I tripping? Like, should I? Maybe you should ask this because I don't know, like, if I'm tripping or not. Like, is that what's going on? Like, type thing. But anyway, the story behind that is basically what we've already said. Your spouse should come first. You should also choose better friend or better better evaluate your friendships, especially if you're letting them into your home, or just don't have your friends in your home at all.
I think.
To stay.
Okay, so I think you just got petty, but I think it's more along the lines of just.
Wait, what do you mean? Just now I got petty?
Yeah, like I felt like you had a little animosity in your tone.
Did I?
It sounded like it to me.
I didn't mean like choose. Okay. I'm just gonna
So,
stop. I'm just gonna stop talking. Moving on. Go ahead.
No, so like I think what you're trying to say is just you just outgrow. Sometimes you just outgrow old friends, or you just outgrow friends,
Yeah.
and you can't. With me, like I can't help everybody, and also try to maintain a healthy relationship with you
And with them in some
and with
instances.
them.
Sometimes you just shouldn't live with your friends.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Most times.
Yeah. So moving on. Um. So when is a time that having friends affected you negatively?
Me or us?
Let's go with us.
Well, that was one time.
Okay.
I know that. Okay. So we had a group of friends at one point. There was different couples and some single people we hung out with a good amount of time. I feel like the females were pretty good friends, the males were pretty good friends. We ended up in like group text type things, and it was cool. We did a lot of going out and like hanging out at the house together a lot, like making food or whatever, and it was good. Like we were socializing. Like I was socializing, so I mean that was cool. But I think for me, I started behaving in like a really petty way where it turned into like guys versus girls, and like we was talking mess about the guys, and we was being petty. Like we was arguing, we were egging each other on, like, oh yeah girl, whatever, like he wrong, and being petty and all that. And I feel like that was all. We thought that was cute, we thought that was fun to be petty and not work things out but just cause more problems.
Yeah.
And at the time, first of all, that's never been me. But at that time, it's in that just getting hyped up and shit. Like
I don't think it, like we said earlier, like how your friends influence you. I think that's exactly what happened.
yeah, basically, we was just like we were all young and like we all were having the similar issues that we honestly could have just worked out by communication, but instead we're talking to each other about it and being petty about it, which led to y'all frustrated with us, probably talking about us. I don't know.
Yeah, 100%.
So it was just like a thing that just turned into a big mess, and I feel like we all just kind of separated.
Yeah, it was never. I don't think it was like a messy breakup, if you want to say that. But
Like
it was
of
just
our
kind
friendship.
of.
It was like we all kind of. First of all, the military. I think people deployed, and we deployed. I think.
Yeah, we deployed. I think it was just like everybody kind of just. Yeah, just separated. Like it was just like.
Well, there was an incident with us that happened. Me and you got into it, and I feel like everyone else separately got too involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, we all talked about our problems together and got petty. You know, people pillow talk. So somehow everything got crisscrossed, and me and you had a huge like fight.
Yeah.
And after that, everyone kind of stopped really talking because we all kind of just realized that this shit is gone left.
Yeah.
And then like we deployed, and then we like, you know how you talk to people here and there, but we didn't really hang out like that.
Yeah.
I think some of the couples broke up, and some people moved or PCS'd or they deployed when we came back. Like we just kind of just didn't come back into a group.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was really negative. That's when stuff between us got really bad. I feel like things were already bad. Like I'm blaming that, but I feel like it made everything worse on top of everything else.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's another example of friendships and how they can affect your relationship and you as a person in general. You have anything to add with that? Or
So with that, yeah, it kind of, I mean, like, for all the situations, I'm pretty sure we have, like, more stories, but we're not going to get into that. But
No, those are just two that I feel
impacted our relationship.
yes.
But even still, like, with all that happened, my communication skills got better on, like, with you.
After that,
Yeah. Like, it started, for me, in my opinion, it started to get better.
yeah, it's kind of a wake up call in a way.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm talking about, like, from those situations all the way up until now. Like, obviously, my
Well, yeah, we've
communication-
learned our lessons.
So, but even like on the other side, like I still communicate with them on occasions, but it's not nothing to where we're just like super close.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like checking up on
I
them.
feel like we all weren't really super close. We were just hung out a lot at the time.
Yeah. But it's kind of just like checking up on them, seeing how they were doing and
Right.
things of that
And we've
nature.
all moved anyway, so.
Yeah. So, I mean, things happen. You grow. You grow apart from friends, and it's no hard feelings to anybody. It's just things that happen.
Did I say something that made it sound like hard feelings? Or are you just clarifying?
I'm just clarifying.
Okay, I was like, damn, what did I do now?
I know. I'm just
Because I just be
clarifying
talking.
that just anything like in any friendship or anything like that, like it's gonna come a point in time where either that person's gonna grow more than you or you're gonna grow more than them, and the relationship is just gonna fizzle out. And it's don't ever think of it as hard feelings or just being upset like, oh, they don't want to fuck with me no more. It's just like, hey, like maybe this person grew to this direction and maybe you didn't, and vice versa. So you just kind of sweep it underneath the rug, wish them the best of luck, and just check up on them when you can.
Yeah, I mean, that goes into, I feel like as a married couple, it is so much easier to be friends with another married couple.
And if you're out there, find us.
We need
please.
our married couple soulmates. Like, for real, I feel like we've had married couple friends. We still have married couple friends.
Yeah.
But they're not here.
They're not here.
And it's hard, we have some of us are different time zones. And it's harder when they're not here. We still keep in contact with them. We love them. You know who you are. But, like, we need more friends like that.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to come by the good friends that you do have, like married couple friends. So shout out to y'all, because y'all real. So I also feel that it is not easy to find good couple friends, though. I mean, it's hard to find a good couple friendship, good couple to be friends with. I don't know how to say it.
Coupleship.
Good coupleship. Because, I mean, we all have our issues, and so you gotta find a couple that is like
Understanding or
understanding. Because we argue a lot. Then I feel like sometimes when you have couple friends, if one couple is arguing, it's kind of contagious sometimes.
yes.
So it's good to like balance out like your couple friendships, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think it's like what Kevin Hart said, like when you're in that, when couples go out together and they always in competition.
Yeah.
So, it's similar to that, but it's like, but like if we're going through an issue and the other couple sees it, they kind of look at like, oh, maybe, I've been feeling the same way.
All of a sudden you feeling the same way when they having the problem.
No,
Like,
but I mean, like, they could feel like they have the same issue, but I also feel like that comes with maturity.
yeah.
I feel once you start more maturing, especially in a marriage, you won't let it get to that point to where another person's another person won't influence you. Like another person.
Like the same thing as having
like
you and an individual friend. We're like one, they're like one. We need to be on that same level in our relationship.
Yeah.
Like a level of maturity in our relationship needs to match their level of maturity, like for the most part, to where we're all not affecting each other negatively.
Yeah.
Or even, they could be like more experienced or more experienced than us, and that could help us in a way too, but not to where we're dragging them down or the other way around.
Yes. And if you guys know any married couples, send them our way. We are looking for a couple friends. Not to sound creepy or anything.
Well, we're taking applications and interviewing processes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it better when we have other married friends.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like my friends that aren't married. It's just easier sometimes.
It's just easier, and
It's healthier for our marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
Well, I want more married couples, and I also want more.
families
Yeah. Well,
with kids.
yeah, with kids.
And
But
our kids can grow up together.
yeah, but I wasn't talking about that.
Well.
I was talking just about just having friends about just in general where they are at that mindset where they're ready to build and have generational wealth, regardless if they're single or
They don't
married.
even have to be like, it's just more of a same maturity level.
Yeah. Okay. We can
It doesn't, I wouldn't limit it to that.
No, I'm not
completely.
Gonna, you know what? No.
I mean, you can. Sorry.
I want you can have whatever kind of friends you want, but I'm looking for friends that are gonna help me grow, and also want to be able to break curses within families and create generational wealth from now on. Like, if you're not with that mindset, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can be cool and whatnot, but like my mindset is on a whole different path right now. So that's what I'm looking for.
True.
Is to create that generational wealth.
I'm just saying it's not limited to that. We're not.
So, with that being said, do you have anything else to touch on with like wanting or just having couple friends?
I think we touched a lot of that in general with just friends.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it matches with couple separate. It's just like there's two of them.
Yeah.
So I mean, as far as I was mentioning family, like it's nice to have people with kids too that are around the same age as our kids, just because if we're gonna be hanging out a lot, it'd be nice to have our kids have friends that hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we have a couple that doesn't have kids, we have to usually maybe find a babysitter, or like our kids just be running around at their house or something. Like,
yeah.
So it's like, it's nice to have couple friends, but it's also like family, couple family friends too. Couples with kids is nice too, just so the kids have friends too. I mean, they have their own friends anyway, but it's just nice to be able to hang out with the same people and the kids to hang out and they grow up together, you know?
It's just your dream, huh?
I mean, who doesn't like that?
I mean, it's a great idea. I
But
like that.
I guess that's all I have to add.
All right, so how do we choose our friends?
You go first.
So how I choose my friends, I guess I break them up into categories. I mean, just to start off, just for choosing friends, it's just mostly just having the same interests. I think that's how everybody starts to make friends.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Obviously, you have to be into some of the same stuff.
Yeah, so it starts off with that, but then what we actually want to do in life and what we want to create in life. And I think that's when that's where the friendships start to go into the closer.
Am I hearing shit?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought I heard something.
Okay, but I think that's where it goes into starts going into like the closer friendship category for me. And well, I guess I have like 3 categories, like no, 2, like, well, acquaintances and then like close friends. And I think with close friends, I think it just comes with time. I think, like, it's something you just build over time, and you just have to trust that person. I think that's how
That's
I
a dog.
choose my friends. Yeah, if y'all can hear that, that's my
I knew I heard something.
dog's whining or scratching the door. I think that's pretty much it when it comes to me and choosing my friends, I guess. If you say something that I like, then I'll probably steal that too. So.
Okay, I think my very first thing is just like a vibe check for me. Like, oh my gosh. Ignore the dog if that's not like nothing. It's not like somebody. First, I thought it was your stomach. At first.
Don't do me.
I was like, dang, you don't hear that? Anyway, because the headphones just kind of muffle it a little bit. But anyway, I feel like for me, it's a vibe check. Like, if I just get these negative vibes or just weird, like, I just can tell when somebody messy sometimes. I just be like, I don't see us being further than, like, just acquaintances as far as, like, because most of the time you meet your friends at work, at least for us, or at least for me in the military. Like, you meet your friends at work. So it's like, do I want to, like, do I see myself hanging out with this person a lot? Do I see this person hanging out with me? And, like, do I think Omar even be cool with this person? Probably not. So at that point, I'm like, okay, that's, like, the first thing. If I'm not vibing with them.
I hear you. Go ahead.
If I'm not vibing with, I don't know what I thought you was doing.
Touching you.
Okay. Hi. All right.
Okay.
So
you're being weird.
I know. What was I saying? Because you just threw me off. You don't ever just be like,
bro, I'm just like,
while I'm talking, like, really attentive like this. That's what you was doing.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, so I feel like the vibe has to be right. And then, of course, you have something in common with somebody like that. I feel like, honestly, if you have something in common with someone and the vibe is right, then that's kind of like, that's how you know, low key, we gonna be friends, like real friends. At least for me, that's my experience.
So all you need is the vibe and something
like
common
just
interest,
just,
and they can enter the close.
Like, we
range.
vibing. Like, usually, I mean, I'm not gonna just, we're best friends immediately. Like,
no, I'm saying, like, you're.
Typically, that's how it started out.
This is how you said it. Oh my gosh. But it's like, anyway, I'm gonna let you finish what you're talking about, baby. Go ahead.
Okay. That's not that basic. It's vibe. I feel like it takes a minute to feel the vibe and get common interest. I feel like for y'all, it's like sports and like, oh yeah, we can talk about sports all day. I feel like it's harder for girls to really.
It's literally, hey, we have the same interests. Let's be friends. Yeah. Then from there, it's like, okay, let's see what the friendship grows into. It's not.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
nah, you made it seem like the vibe's right.
I have a little wall, okay? I have a wall.
But listen, let me
finish. The wall drops at the point of, like, vibes, and we have...
Okay, like I said, let me finish.
Oh, it was my turn. Anyway, no, go ahead.
Question. So, this is how you said, well, we catch... If the vibe's right, and we have the same interest, boom, then we, like, close. What?
That's how I know that we probably... Like, if the potential is there to be close. That's what I mean when I say that. I don't mean like right now we're close. I just feel like,
but I mean that's what,
usually that's how me and my close friendships really started. That's what I'm trying to say. I guess I said it sounded like I was just automatically choosing them as a close friend, and that builds with time anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
So I feel like usually if it starts out like that, like I know we're probably gonna be cool for a while. I have like a wall, I feel like, and if you pass the vibes check and like we cool for a while, and I'm like I start to kind of trust you, then I might confide in you a little bit here and there. But I feel like I don't fully confide in...
So you just start confiding with, like, little shit?
Yeah, like little shit. Like, I feel like there's a group of friends that I confide in to most things. I feel like I don't confide in any of my friends in everything. I feel like I split them. Like, who do I talk to about certain things? Like, because they know more about something, or, like, they have more in common with me in that area type deal. But I feel like the only person that knows everything is you. So, I mean, there's you, and then there's my close friends. And then there's just people that I kick it with.
Nigga, that is nobody.
I have a few friends that they don't live here.
Yeah, never mind.
They don't live here.
Never mind, good point. I know who you're talking
about now. I don't have no friends. I have like 3, apparently.
I know what you're talking about now. I know.
Like, I have friends that, are coworkers and I also hang out with outside of work, but they're not like always. Not all of them are like people I really tell everything to. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's just like a matter of time that we've been friends that determines whether they're really close friends or not. I feel like. And I feel like right now I'm thinking of 2 different people. One's been my friend for the longest, and so of course I trust her with a lot. And there's one I haven't known as long, but it was like from almost the beginning It was just like we had that vibe. And so I did trust her sooner, not that with everything, but it's like, it doesn't always have to be as long as like a whole lifetime friendship type thing. Like some people you just meet and you're just like,
And it just happens.
it's like you just known them for a while.
So if you're new, at the end of each episode, we do an affirmation from the week, and we share with each other the thing that,
Like a positive affirmation to each other, like kind words, something that we feel like we appreciate that the other person did this past week.
and I will go first since I know mine. So my positive affirmation for you, honey, my love, is kind of like two parts. One is the way you help me. Actually, not help me. The way you just helped in the kitchen for Thanksgiving. That's one.
Okay.
You know, you trying to step your game up, trying to learn. Okay, that was maybe rude, but but you were in the kitchen.
I don't enjoy cooking, but I did a lot of cooking this Thanksgiving.
Yes, and that's part one. So part two is just for the same day. It's just, we had people over, and you kind of got out your timid bubble. You took a little step out, and I really like when you decide to step out your antisocial bubble. And you actually enjoy yourself. So I really appreciate that. I don't know what's so funny. Why are you looking like that?
Because I don't know.
But I really appreciate that because, like,
I
how
feel like the
much
words are weird, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
the words. I guess that's gonna come off bad to them too.
No, it's for me. They don't.
Oh.
I just feel like it's not necessarily. Like I said, you can call it timid. I don't know what to call it. So yeah, we'll keep going.
Okay, well, I appreciate that from you. You know how much I like to entertain and have a good time, and it sucks when sometimes I be the only one having a good time, and you're just like.
I just be drained with people. My affirmation for you is just the fact that you're patient with the fact that I don't express my feelings very well. I feel like sometimes it's hard for me to say how I feel or really understand what I'm feeling. And so therefore you just want to know what's wrong and I can't express it. Mm-hmm. So we had a really good conversation this past week that I feel like in a way you helped me unpack my feelings. I don't know exactly how. I feel like I was comfortable enough to come out and really think about what was wrong without you being frustrated in the middle of it, which makes me more frustrated and I don't end up getting it out. Okay. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you for your kind words, sweetheart. And I guess that concludes this episode. And you can follow us on all podcast streaming platforms. You can also watch us on YouTube at Marriage No Chaser.
And please follow us and like our page on Facebook and Instagram at Marriage No Chaser.
And Facebook is Marriage No Chaser Podcast.
Yes.
Don't be shy, y'all. Ask us questions. We want your guys' interaction.
Right. We said that last episode. But I think last episode will drop in a couple of days. So I think after that we'll start posting like questions pertaining to the episode and hopefully we'll get some response. I know it's new still, so we're just going to start doing that.
Yes.
From now on. Maybe we'll get some type of feedback because we want to interact with each other. We want y'all to give us tips too, or ideas that you want to hear, or episode ideas that you want to hear, topics, I mean.
Yeah, topics.
So anything like that.
Yeah, and thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching, sharing it with a friend, all of that. We really appreciate that.
But so again, please like, subscribe, and share. That is it.
That is it, guys. Peace.
Peace.